Hi everyone, it's Colette from Organizing by Oz and welcome to my kitchen. I wanted to show you a few little hacks you can do when your furniture starts to wear. So we had these about, I guess 10 years ago now. We bought this set brand new and the leather was starting to go on it. And so instead of, I'm just going to show you, as you can see it was starting to get torn. So I just bought these little covers by Amazon. And they came within a few days and they covered the spots really nicely. So they're really inexpensive and it makes your space look nice and new, and you don't have to go out and buy new furniture because it wears out. If you're super crafty, which I'm totally not, you can also just create your own new covers and buy fabric and cover the front and the back for your cushions. So hopefully that gives you another little tip on how to save some money if your furniture is starting to wear. So this house was built in the early 80s and had many loving families that had a little bit of wear and tear on the space. And so a lot of our shelving is really damaged on the bottom. And so I just bought these little shelf liners, and you can get them in different colors. I like these because I can pull them out, shake them out, and they're really easy to clean. So I've lined all of my shelving and all of my drawers with this type of liner, and it just looks really nice and neat. And again, you don't have to resurface your cabinets, which is a lot of money. So really easy to do. It's like $1 at the dollar store. Come in a pile of rolls, you just cut them to size and you're good to go. Some other tips and tricks I use in my kitchen when you're thinking about your kitchen and setting up for functionality, you want to put things you don't use very often in the highest spots. So I don't bake very much, and so I do have I don't even know what these things are called, a Mixmaster, and I do use it occasionally, but not very often. So I put it super high, and then it can just tuck away, and I don't have to worry about it. This is our coffee and tea station. We use this every day, so I kind of want to have the things that I use. When we have guests that are tea drinkers, I can just pull it out and they have their selection of tea, put the basket back in, and then I have my beans and my coffee grinder all really easily accessible for my coffee station. For my drawers, again, I have all my cutlery, I have my knives nicely situated in here, and it just kind of closes. For my area down here, I have all of my summer juice containers. They all sit nicely in this little basket, and then my husband's coffee mug canister sits here. My husband does a lot of cooking, so we need a lot of containers, and so I've just used a bin and I've just put all of the containers and lids in here, and it sits nicely on my shelf and it closes and it's beautiful. This is my under the sink area, so we have our recycling, all of our bags, our cleaners, and then my husband installed this little organizing helper to hold kind of our saran wrap and all of the little things that we use daily. Again, I've put a different type of shelf helper. You can see it's hiding this really nicely to kind of cover the old style and the damage to the cabinets. So the thing with these though, you want to measure the depth and you want to make sure that it actually will close. So that's the only thing you want to be really conscious about. Some of these shelves have a shelf here, and so obviously that wouldn't work. So make sure that you do measure it. And I wanted to show you some of the organizing helpers I use to increase space and functionality for the spaces that we use every day. So as you can see, I have two different types of organizing helpers. One is this type of style that we've used here, obviously, and I have my dog's medicine here. But our cups, again, I needed some spaces to hold the smaller ones, so I bought a shelving unit that can handle that. Again, we have lots of mugs because I like to have coffee and tea with my friends, and so we got a different type of style. So they come in all different shapes and sizes, and some of them are expandable. So again, you want to measure the depth and the width of the product that you're purchasing to make sure that it fits really nicely in the space that you're wanting. You can see I've also lined these cabinets as well. And then all of our thermoses, our coffee mugs, and all of our water bottles are just stacking nicely so they're not going to fall out when you pull open the cabinet drawer here. So just kind of wanted to show you that little spot. We also have all of our lunch kits up top. We're tall, so it works for us. So my daughter and my lunch kit is here and my husband's is over here. And we also used another shelf helper over here to again hold all of the bowls that we use when we're serving and entertaining. So again, they come in lots of different shapes and sizes. I wanted to bring you down to our Lazy Susan. So the nice thing is the Lazy Susan now, they come with Lazy Susan organizing baskets. So you can again decide what you want. I love Lazy Susans. They are so helpful for holding everything. But again, if you want to repurpose what you have, little baskets from the dollar store work really just as easily. And you can tell, like, I was trying different versions. So I had tried like this kind of version for all of our oils and our spices and stuff. And then I stuck to these metal ones because I really like them. So hopefully that gives you some ideas on how to organize your Lazy Susan. And I also wanted to show you some other shelf helpers that have really helped save some space for all of our baking dishes. So I've used these vertical organizing helpers, and they just, they slide in, they slide out super easily. I can grab my muffin tins super quick and easy. Same with our baking goods over here. And I don't think I have any organizing helpers below, but just on the top. It's saved so much space, and it makes it really easy to grab things when you need them. I wanted to show you some other hacks and organizing tips that I've used to again increase the functionality of our kitchen space. So we are a busy family, as everyone else is, and I've repurposed the bottom shelf of my cabinet here as our family command center. This great little Lazy Susan is from Michaels, and I love it because it has all of my paper clips and measuring tapes, different things that I need throughout the day. It has our post-it notes, our sticky notes, it has lights, it has rulers, letter openers, stamps, blank paper, pens, everything we kind of need throughout the day or throughout the week to help us with the things that we do every week. So we have all of our little electronic little bin here. And in the back, we have other things that we need to take to different places, like old smoke detectors and old bear spray. So things we don't want to have necessarily laying about, but we want to be able to have a space for them when we're storing them until we can take them where they need to go. We also have, like I said earlier, we like to hike. So I have all my hiking books here. We have all of our medications and vitamin C that we use. And the biggest thing here is my paper workstation. So as mail comes in, I don't have time during the week to do it every single day. And so I actually literally throw the mail and the items that we need to kind of go through and put it all in here. And then on Saturday or Sunday morning, I actually go through this and empty it, and it gets put away into different, either my husband's spot or my daughter's spot, or I pay the bills and send the notes or whatever needs to be done. And this is empty all the time. Unless there is an ongoing item and I'm waiting for a response back, I'll put it back in here with a note saying ongoing. Now, because we hike a lot, I like to have reusable recycled Ziploc bags so that if we're going out and about, I can just quickly grab a used one and I know that there's no holes in it. So this is kind of like my little station where we can just kind of grab everything that we need. These are items that I don't use very often, but again, they needed a space. These are extra ones that we use for camping. And then this is kind of our saran wrap and Ziploc bags that we use. I wanted to show you though, you can see too that I've used shelf liners again to kind of keep it nice looking. But I wanted to show you a tip on how to, from my friend Adora. So all up here, because we cook and we bake and everything gets really greasy, up here when you try and clean it once a year, it's super sticky and gross. If you use parchment paper and put it on the shiny side, all of the dust and grease actually collects, and all you need to do is once a year replace the parchment paper. So So I wanted to share that little tip with you as well. And then I just pop it back up here. I always have some in storage, ready to go, and I'm ready for when I do it on my to-do list in a year. This is my little working pantry. This is our junk food drawer. So again, I'm using an organizer helper to kind of give me some extra space. There's so much wasted space here, so it's really important again that you measure the depth and the width and get a size that's going to suit you. We again put these on ourselves. I've used lots of bins. I've used can holders. I've used like slide out bins, different types of bins. I've used shelf helpers down here to store all of our pasta, and all of these bins to put our rice, sugar, and cereal in. The biggest thing when you're again using these types of things is to measure the width and the depth, but also the space to see if it's actually going to fit. So you can see that this really nicely closes. We had to measure it and make sure that it wasn't going to impede any of the spaces. And we have all of our spices that we use regularly, all of our breakfast and lunch items super quick in the morning, and then our canned goods and extra things, pasta and baking and things like that underneath. So hopefully this gives you some ideas on how you can create more functionality for your kitchen space. And until next time, have a great day. Bye.